A very good afternoon to you. This is Lunchtime News coming to you live on MTV Sports. I am Shahan Rampati. First, a look at your headlines. "53 vehicles believed to be from the Presidential Secretariat found in Pittakotte. Measures to resettle nearly 100,000 Sri Lankan asylum seekers in India. Demonstration at the Bandarawala Ampitiya Junction hampers vehicular movement. Former Thai MP Yingluckshin Award impeached over rice plant and banned from politics for 5 years. New Zealand enters the record books at the 5th ODI against Sri Lanka. Now for those stories in detail. The Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya announced a short while ago that Democratic Party leader Sarath Fonseka's franchise would be restored appropriately in the near future. Deshapriya made this announcement at a media briefing convened at the Election Secretariat at noon today. Now we will have more details on this story during the course of the day. Moving on to other local news, 53 vehicles believed to be from the Presidential Secretariat have been discovered in Pittakotte. The police headquarters said that a group of police officers from the Mirihana police station inspected a suspicious vehicle yard based on a tip-off received.
The vehicles were found parked in a plot of land belonging to the multi-service cooperative in Pittakotte, Sri Jayawardhanapura. The police added that 53 vehicles of various make and model were found in the yard, and a private security officer who was on duty during the raid had indicated that the vehicles belonged to the Presidential Secretariat. Police have cordoned the vehicle yard situated in the vicinity of the Valikada police area. Meanwhile, a stock of suspicious goods has been found in a building of the Sapugaskanda Vocational Training Centre of the National Youth Services Council. The police media spokesperson's office stated that the stock of goods were found based on a tip-off. The stock of goods were found in 3 rooms of the building belonging to the Vocational Training Centre.
The rooms were closed after the goods from the Presidential Secretariat were placed there over 2.5 years ago. We do not have the keys to these rooms. They are all with the Presidential Secretariat. We cannot confirm what is in these rooms. They unload goods into these rooms at different times. They also take goods from these rooms. We do not know any information about this.
Meanwhile, a defender without a license plate was discovered in a garage of a house in the Alawwatte area. The defender was discovered following a tip-off made to the police via telephone. The police media spokesperson's office noted that according to the homeowner's statement, the defender belonged to a relative and was under repairs. It added that the defender has been seized by the Varakapula police.
Minister of Resettlement, Reconstruction and Hindu Affairs D.M. Swaminathan says that the resettlement of Sri Lankan asylum seekers and those residing in welfare camps in India will be facilitated under the 100-day program.
The ministry says that around 100,000 Sri Lankan asylum seekers reside in Indian welfare camps, adding that over 26,000 still continue to reside in welfare camps in Sri Lanka. Minister Swaminathan added that the resettlement will be carried out in a manner that will not pose a threat to national security. The minister noted that the move comes in the wake of discussions held with the UNHCR representative M. Gholam Abbas and a team from the UN High Commissioner's office. The Ministry of Resettlement, issuing a communique, stated that the UN High Commissioner's office assisted with coordinating the resettlement process.
The edX Expo 2015 Education and Job Fair was declared open under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena this morning. The edX Expo 2015 Education and Job Fair is being held at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall. The event saw the attendance of the Minister of Education, Chairman of the edX Expo and the Principal of Royal College. Convening a media briefing in Maradana, the Inter-University Students' Federation made the following remarks.
ප්‍රධාන ඉල්ලීම් තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. පළවෙනි ඉල්ලීම තමයි. පළවෙනි සහ ප්‍රමුඛතම ඉල්ලීම තමයි
We have just three primary demands. The first most important demand is to reduce the unjust costs in the Open University. The second is to lift the ban on students' associations and to lift the suspension on academic activities. The Education Minister arrived at the location where a Satyagraha campaign was held opposite the Open University on the 16th, a week after the election victory. He held discussions with us, and as students we pointed out our demands. We stated that these costs are unjust and that it should be abolished or at the very least be brought down to the previous amount. The students should be allowed to study. However, the current minister did not agree to this. He said that it will be discussed later. We saw that he had released a statement to the media saying that there is no problem since this is a democratically elected government and that the free ideology of students will be given prominence. So he said that student unions will be re-established and that suspension on academic activities will be lifted. But he did not make any mention about the main problem, which is the reduction of charges. We ask, why are they not even talking about this? This is our main concern. This is exactly what the previous government did. So if this new government is going to continue with the same trend, we as a students' movement will take the required course of action for the future.
The chief laypersons or Basnayakan LMAs have called for the Temple Lands Ordinance to be revised and brought up to date. The chief layperson of the Ugal Alut Nura Kataragama Devalaya, Megara Jayasundara, made this statement at a media briefing held in Colombo yesterday.
The media briefing was held under the auspices of chief laypersons and other distinguished persons. Attention was also drawn at this media briefing towards the need to appoint a suitable acting chief layperson for the Ruhunu Maha Kataragama Devalaya in the event that the position becomes vacant until another chief layperson is elected. The chief layperson of the Uggal Alut Nuvara Kataragama Devalaya, Megara Jayasundara, who convened the media briefing, also commented on a prior amendment made by the Minister of Buddha Sasana and Religious Affairs of the previous government.
A large number of temple lands have been acquired by external parties. A reason for this is the weaknesses in the Act. The Act states that when purchasing the land for official purposes, the Commissioner of Buddhist Affairs must be given a month's notice. That is all the Act says. Another section says that if the offender is found guilty in court, then the fine is only 500 rupees. This Act is weak if you consider the present situation. This Act should have been relevant in the past, so a person could purchase the land in front of the Kataragama Devalaya for a low price and keep it for several years. He can use it for about 50 years, and even if he is caught, he only has to pay a 500 rupee fine. Thereby, the Temple Lands Ordinance must be amended within these 100 days. On to a headline-making story. A group of area residents staged a protest blocking the Ampitia junction along Bandaravela Iloya Road. Our correspondent noted that vehicular movement along this road has come to a complete standstill as a result.
Area residents held demonstrations after the driver of a SLTB bus which travels along the Bandaravilla Iloya Road was assaulted by a group of private bus employees. Our correspondent noted that the protests, which commenced at 7 a.m. resulted in the complete standstill of vehicular movement at the Ampitia junction along the Bandaravilla Iloya Road. The incident occurred on Wednesday night when the bus driver was assaulted while he was on his way home. He is currently receiving treatment at the Bandaravilla Base Hospital. Area residents demand the immediate arrest of the group of individuals involved in the incident. My son was working on Wednesday night. A group came and assaulted my son. He is now admitted to the Bandaravilla hospital. We will be engaging in a fast until the person who assaulted him is arrested.
It has been 2 days and the police have not taken any action. Such incidents occur on a daily basis here. I was almost assaulted at this very location just 7 days ago.
Newsfirst made inquiries from the police media spokesperson office with regard to the incident. The office noted that the suspect has fled the area and investigations are underway to bring the suspect to book.
A woman has been killed after being attacked with a sharp weapon, while another individual has sustained injuries in the Kalawalawa area in Bulat Singhala. The police said that the incident occurred when an individual was on his way to a neighbor's house. However, when the police arrived at the scene following a complaint, a woman was found with cut wounds close to her house. She later succumbed to her injuries upon admission to hospital. The police said that the woman, aged 35, had witnessed a suspect assaulting the injured victim. The police believe that the murder was the result of a personal dispute. On to sports news, New Zealand wrapped up an emphatic 108-run victory against Sri Lanka in the 5th ODI to take them 3-1 up in the 7-match series, ending Sri Lanka's hopes of winning the series. Now, Sri Lanka now need to win both the 6th and 7th ODI to level the series. Earlier in the day, a record-shattering 267 off 180 balls 6-wicket stand between Luke Ronchi and Grant Elliott yanked New Zealand out of the mire at 93 for 5 and sent them hurtling to 260 for 5. The unbeaten stand was the highest ever for the 6th wicket and is second for any wicket for New Zealand.
The facilities to be able. You need the money. Oh, hit that! Hit it down the ground. Over the top.
Chasing the massive target, Tilakratne Dilshan did his best to give Sri Lanka a chance, compiling 116, his second century of the series and 20th overall. However, he had little support apart from stand-in skipper Lahiri Thirimanne, who opened the batting, scoring 45 runs.
Oh, that's length. He hasn't got enough. Oh, out of the park. And he will get...
The pair put on a 93-run opening partnership. Sri Lanka were eventually bowled out for 252 in 43.4 overs. Trent Boult led the Kiwi attack, taking 4 for 44 in his 10 overs. The result means that New Zealand now cannot lose the series with just 2 games to go.
Quick in the fiddle. It's just one fantastic player. The 100 bench. Oh, got him behind. And Trent.
And that is a wrap of today's edition of Lunchtime News. Thank you very much for watching. For the Newsfirst team, I am Shahin Jawapati.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.